apologies for how terrible my role playing is going to be until I really cement a character by playing it for a while.
Yeah, that's how tabletop RPGs work.
Not as bad as if I was on B team, but
That's true. That's true. Okay. Post that diss. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So, all right, everybody. Welcome to All Corporations Are Business, our play session of Team A playing Girl by Moonlight. I'm going to begin with a quick recap of our world, and then we can go into introducing all of our characters. We are playing this session in a city called Seraph's Cove. It is a population about 300,000 that's influx. We'll figure out exactly how many people are here.
That's another
sooner
thing that
or
B
later.
team can come up with.
B team can run a census. That's their first mission. It is a metropolitan coastal city with major features being the D-Light Corporation, a power company that has kind of gotten its fingers into all reaches of the city. They operate a public transit system that spans the entire city, which is pretty densely populated and interspersed both commercial buildings, residential buildings, and educational buildings, because Seraph's Cove is host to the University of Thrones, a prestigious Ivy League college spawned initially out of a Catholic school that is host to a program called the Angel Program, the best of the best. The Angel Program is a group or is a track that people go through in the university that is focused on people's individual achievement as well as a particularly unique curriculum that they say is to set you up for success, and success it does bring. It is said that a graduate of the Angel Program is pretty much set for life to be successful. They are popular musicians, popular or political figures. They make their way as CEOs. Pretty much, if you have a talent and you are in the Angel Program, and can graduate, it is a pretty much guarantee of success. I'll go ahead and say my touchstone right there is think Hope's Peak Academy from Danganronpa meets the Skull and Bones Society from real life. Well, as real life as Ivy League schools get. As mentioned, this is a coastal town featuring a beach, a boardwalk, and a sick lighthouse. Lots of nautical themes. And it was founded around a pretty prevalent church that has a pretty strong hold on the city. Also having a strong hold on the city is the court system. The Seraph's Cove Court of Appeals, which keeps everything squeaky clean. The adjectives for this city are connected, coastal, kinetic, and obedient. And we will get into the specifics about the city and its denizens as we play. Let's start with some of our characters. Team A, who wants to start?
Who's the team leader?
Hi, that would be me. So I am playing Clara. Her archetype is the outsider, and her magical girl color is red. Clara is from our lovely town. She grew up in like the really poor side of town, but around early high school, she left to pursue greater things. She has recently become enamored of business and becoming greatly successful in the business world. And in order to do that, she is re-enrolled in college in the Angel program so that she can climb that corporate ladder, get those promotions. What other information are we looking for here?
That seems like a pretty good start. You have your playbook, your name, basic description of your character. Yeah, let's go through everybody and then let's circle back through and get everybody's promises.
So due to shared backstory stuff, I'll go next. My character's name is Iris. She's the stranger archetype. Her role is kind of like a forgotten child. She has amnesia, so she doesn't exactly know. She kind of knows who she is. Like, she knows her name, but she doesn't remember basically anything leading up to that. She like kind of recognizes some people, but she is in this. She's in the Angel program, and while she doesn't remember anything, I think she's going to be really good at like school stuff. I think since she doesn't remember her history, has a lot of brain space to remember like book smart shit. So she's really smart, but she's also really like withdrawn and kind of like emotionally stunted from this lack of history. I think she really does kind of like cling to Clara a lot and follow her around a lot because Iris herself doesn't exactly know what to do. Anything else I should talk about, or was that enough before promises?
I think that sounds about right. All right. Our Enigma. Let's go. Let's go, Levi.
I'm playing the Enigma. The archetype, or I guess the roles that character is kind of filling is the mysterious stranger / the prodigy. At the very least in the magical girl area of life. The most that I will share about who they are is they are a student at the university. And they, obligations of school and family, and not much else at the moment.
Perfect. Since we're already on you, Levi, would you like to read off your 2 promises?
Sure. These are subject to change as I actually play the character. But the secretive promise that I made was that I will prove myself to Clara, and the intimate promise is that I will protect Iris from those who would take advantage of her.
Okay. Wonderful. Let's go to Clara next.
So my promises, I have a promise to my rival, who is currently our Enigma. I've promised to find synergy with the Enigma to make our team run a little better. My competitive promise is that I will be Iris's closest friend, whoever Robbie's character is named be damned.
Wonderful. And Iris.
Iris's promises are a promise to stay by Clara's side forever. This will of course be a promise kept no matter what. Um, and then a promise to accept the enigmas, accept them when they reveal themselves.
Ooh, very juicy. I love that. Okay.
I don't know if I said my background. I just wrote she for gore. So
Yeah, you didn't say because you don't know. You don't remember. All right. So we are going to follow the cycle of play as set out in the Girl by Moonlight. Important note is that we are currently playing in the Brink of the Abyss series playbook. Thank you so much, Harry. Blah 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 blah.
you're almost there.
Yeah, we are currently playing in the Brink of the Abyss playbook. This is not a real podcast, so I'm not going to go too deep into what that means or what the rules mean. But the basics of it is that you are magical girls standing against the darkness of the abyss to redeem them. We'll see how long that fits. But yeah, we are going to be following the cycle of play as set up by the rulebook, which goes mundane obligation, downtime, mission, and fallout. So I think that a little bit of intro first, and then we will start
Remember, it's
with
a lesson plan for our mundane obligation.
yeah, your just regular school lesson plan, as your group obligation is students of the University of Thrones. You are waking up for what seems to be an average week at the university. You are going through your classes. You you're going through your classes. Memory still close in mind of your origin. Waking up in a dream, being asked to become a magical girl by a strange creature. Fighting off some monsters. It was also very strange, but the complications upon waking up were enough to make each of you believe it for your own reasons. I'm going to say that your magical girl group has met up at least, well, this is a good starter. You started with this magical girl mission. You woke up, you believed it. Have you met? Or it has been about 2 weeks since then. Have you met in person about it? Disguised or no?
I think at least two of us have.
Yes.
Levi?
So
Oh, go ahead, friend.
I was going to say, I feel like maybe that vision was maybe like before the first week of school, because Andrew, do you want to lock in that we're dorm mates at the college?
Yeah, probably, unless you want something else.
I don't want that.
All right, then yeah.
I want to hold your hand and be friend with you.
Then dorm
And
mates
it's not going to be toxic and codependent at all.
It won't be. I wrote about how very much it isn't gonna be.
We're going to be so normal about this. So, yes, Iris and I have met up and maybe spoken about it since discovering that not only are we sharing dreams, but we're sharing a room.
Whoa. And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Brooke, you are muted,
muted.
if you are speaking.
I did mute. I got a sandwich. I was taking a quick bite.
Sandwich on the mic. AJ,
Oh,
edit
I'm
that
just
out.
gonna-
AJ, edit that out.
AJ, edit out all of Brooke's previous contributions.
That's how loud I can drink.
Whoa,
Okay,
hard.
great.
AJ, bass boost that.
But yeah, really, I think it's up to you, Levi. Have you sought these people out, or are you just sort of rolling blind so far?
I mean, how long has it been since the dream?
When we are picking up today, 2 weeks.
I think like we are just starting to like look into it. I think like at first I tried to like kind of ignore that. Like let's just try to pretend that didn't happen, and I can't stop thinking about it. I think I'm like currently seeing if I can track them down, but I don't think I've like found anything yet.
Do you guys as characters use Twitter?
Did you show Iris how to
Yes.
use Twitter?
I think I would have, because you would have been like, "What's that?" And I would have been like, "How are you networking?"
Oh no!
God, the networking.
And then a networking fucking seminar in the
You
dorm.
won't last a minute in business without this. Okay. We can roll with not having Levi's character met up yet. I'm going to go ahead and begin with a school description. Yeah, it has. It's been 2 weeks since your strange magical girl dream. You've kind of been going about school like normal. Going to your fencing classes, your botany classes, all of the above. Your regular classes, I guess, if you're not part of the Angel program. Um, and things have been relatively normal. This week, however, has been a bit more intense. Things around the university have picked up a bit of stress recently because you are approaching the school's annual concert / exhibition, where primarily the Angel program, but any particular talent from outside of it is presented as well. There is a concert performance by the entirety of the Angel program, as well as solos, duos, quartets, etc. of individual members as well. This is a big deal. The whole school goes ape shit about it. It's like you're not like graded on whether or not you show up to this thing. You are if you're in any of the music classes. But like pretty much every student and their families are like as close to required to attend as possible. As this event, this concert, it makes a lot of money. It draws a lot of attention. It proves a lot of accomplishment. It's big. And the concert and exhibition is scheduled to start in 2 weeks, at the end of the month. We're gonna say that we're in let's say like April. Yeah, we're in the early season, or the early of the year. It's spring. It's April.
Wait, so like the end of the school year?
Hmm.
So if we were going by when school generally starts and ends, school usually starts at around the beginning of September with a little bit of give, maybe like middle of September, or like really late August. Like the school district I'm near started like this week.
Okay. I
know you've been out of school for a little bit, but this is
I wrote a school thing and forgot that school's a thing.
I feel like this might be a full year kind of school though. I could see that.
like in Japan, but they still end in the spring.
Yeah, I was just thinking like spring beginnings, you know. Also, spoiler alert for the other side. I was planning some things surrounding Easter, but we can change the holiday.
Labor Day.
Because they are going to be, the two teams are going to be coinciding in time. You know, y'all are doing things real time.
I mean, we could just say this school because the school is weird, or something about like the local like fishing season or something, that here school starts in spring, goes through summer, fall, and you get a big break in the winter. Maybe for some reason this coastal town is an ice.
We never said where it was. Just that y'all are on the west coast of wherever you are.
On the west coast of Australia, and so all of the seasons are reversed.
Yeah. Now everyone can say the C word.
Oh. Fuck yeah!
Taking you up on that offer.
AJ, bleep that out if anyone says it. You're gonna be mad.
AJ's fucking sweating.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sticking to my guns. This place starts their year in the spring.
I'm really feeling the fantasy.
They send out flyers saying that school starts in April 1st, and half the students don't show up because they thought it was a prank.
That's the first test.
Oh.
That's how they know you're serious about this. Unless you're part of the University of Thrones clown program, clown college, in which case, if you show up on April 1st, like...
They throw a pie in your face.
Yeah.
They throw a pie in your face if you show up on April 2nd, too.
The
big concert coming up.
Yeah, big concert coming up. And given that, given the mandatory, or the mandatory performance of those in the Angel program, some of your classmates, Angels, are kind of stressed. This is a pretty high tension time. Studies are very high. Everybody's trying to cram in last minute practices. So, with that in mind, let's see some mundane obligations. So the way this works is, in the obligation phase, we see the protagonists in their regular lives. They work through mundane difficulties and oppressions, the ever-present pressure of the hostile world. The obligation phase gives a brief but essential look into the day-to-day struggles of the protagonists and helps show us how their daily struggles and their magical adventures are connected. We see the world they dream of changing. That's not rules for it, though. Aha! When you roll obligation, roll your lowest attribute, taking stress equal to 6 minus the die result. On a critical success, you get an additional downtime action. So, who's going to go first, and what is your lowest attribute? If it's tied, pick
So it's done, team leader.
Alright.
I'm going to do this for everything that Brooke asks. Who's going to go first?
Okay,
That's
so
fair.
our attributes are like the
Sun, moon, or stars.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and, given that some of you have equal stats, and we'll get to choose, I'm going to go ahead and read off the stakes. If Sun is rolled, your obligation involves scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing. If Moon is rolled, your obligation breaks your heart and drives you into despair. If Stars is rolled, your obligation puts you under social pressure or sets off your anxiety.
Say those
All right.
again for the listeners at home in case they missed it.
If you have your handbook on hand, it's the page before the downtime page. It's on 83.
Yes, thank you.
So and our attributes are determined by how many of the little pips we have within. So it's like if I have a point in Defy and Express, I have a total of 2 Sun.
Yes.
And that's how it's deciding which one you roll. So my lowest is Moon. I don't have any pips in Moon.
Okay.
So that means that
your
I'm
obligation breaks your
rolling-
heart or drives you to despair. Let's start with the roll, and then then we can go ahead and narrate or play.
Okay, so I am having trouble understanding how rolling works.
Is it one?
I know we roll between 1 to 4 dice. I don't have
right.
any points in Moon, if this helps. So how many do I roll? I've never played in this system before.
If you ever have cause to roll 0 dice, which would be in this case if you have no points in a thing, you roll 2 dice and keep the lower result. You cannot
Okay.
roll a critical success when you have 0 dice.
Boo.
You might not be able to. I'm built different.
Andrew's built different.
Oh, at
Iris
some
came back
point,
wrong, so Iris can.
because I know we already set up some characters, but as part of character creation, it says we're supposed to come up with some other like non-player characters. And I do have at least one in mind, but is that something we want to do outside of this session? Is talk about some characters we come up with, or
Did you get mine that I sent you in Discord?
I did get the ones that Andrew sent me.
I'll DM you later then. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
So
yeah.
I roll these 2 dice.
Just so you know, Brooke,
Some of
I
us do
listed the extra one that I made on the shared
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
shared sheet.
This is Dylan Yang.
My lowest one was a 1. I rolled a 1.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's start off with a bang then. So this is going to be very stressful. You take stress equal to 6 minus the die result, so you're going to start the game off with 5 stress. As your obligation breaks your heart and drives you to despair. Give me one moment to come up with some stuff.
Let me go mark my stress.
While I'm thinking things over, would everybody like to go over what instruments they play? Because that is, relevant to this current stakes.
Iris is a singer. very good at like a haunting kind of. I don't know how singers categorize their music. It's like a siren. We're nautical themed.
Oh. Sorry, I accidentally put my stress marker on the wrong page. Fixed it.
AJ, edit that out. We can't let the team know.
And really rattle on the keys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brooke, go look at my little stress marker.
I absolutely love that.
I will not describe what it is for the people at home. I hate you guys.
And remind me of your instrument, Clara.
A violence.
Perfect.
And then do we talk about what's happening in this, or are we just taking stress for the Lamau?
We are going to
There
talk
will
about
be no storytelling whatsoever in this fucking game. Mark my words.
We're playing it for the gameplay only.
We're going to sit in complete silence and think about what we've done, and then I will ask you to make a roll, regardless of the circumstance. I will tell you to express. We will roll. We will add stress. We will fill clocks. And when the clocks are done, we are done. You get no narrative. No description.
So help me God.
We're the first Choose Your Own Adventure podcast where you just get to make it up. We'll roll the dice and you guys make up the plot in your head.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're a fucking storyteller. You build
you can do it so good?
Numbers.
If one of you motherfuckers does a vignette or so help me God plays in the space, it's fucking over. I'm out.
It's serious business. Anyway, Clara.
All corporations.
I'm gonna say that the Angel program for this year, or it really only makes sense if there's one ongoing Angel program. It's not there is seniority involved, but like you're one cohort regardless of if you're in the same year or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking off.
Yeah, I'm going to say that there are currently I'm going to say a nice clean 30 angels
Okay.
at the school right now.
Be one less.
I'm going to say 4 of those angels play violin.
No.
Which
so 5
chair
total, or
is Clara? Yes, 5 total.
Okay. Just making sure.
I think that right now, Clara is only second chair. There is a girl who's been here a little longer, or a boy, or some kind of gender thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll determine it.
Some sort of gendered person.
I have her name even.
Hey, can we get the Angel program stance on gender?
There's only 7.
Only 7 genders?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they are accepting of all genders. Most of them just seem to be girls. Weird.
Good. Excellent.
Weird, almost like we're playing a Magical Girl series.
Huh? Strange.
Are telling me all these fuckers are magical girls?
And I think that she's like really nice and cool and well liked and really good at what she does. Clara cannot fucking stand that. Clara's so fucking angry about it.
But president moment.
And so she's second chair, which is really impressive for a first year, but not impressive enough, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is you've held your position as second violinist for as soon as you have started. You've absolutely blinded the proctors, I guess. Yeah, the people who were handling your audition during or when you were joining the Angel program, they you completely blew them away. You blew their tits clean off. They had to get an Angel program graduate physician to surgically graft their tits back on after your performance. And you have secured your second seat for the entire time that you've been here.
Which is what, 2 weeks?
Or are you saying the future's secure?
I don't understand. I don't understand the timeline.
We're figuring it out.
So I would okay. I don't.
You're a first year in the university, right?
B
Yes.
team. I'm talking directly into your ears, B team. I need you to come up with a school year that starts in spring. You need to come up with a timetable right now.
Wait, I felt like with our characters with trying to figure things out, with the fact that all of us are kind of like closed off people, it makes sense that we start kind of near the beginning. You said the magical girl dream was 2 weeks ago, and I was like, can it have been just before school started?
A fortnight ago.
So that when I
Yeah, you're right.
2 weeks.
Okay, and then the concert
that's
is
on
in
me.
2 more weeks, though. So that means we have a month to rehearse for a blowout huge concert. So maybe we're not at the start of the school year because that doesn't make any sense. But then I don't know what to do with Andrew.
You forgot about the pre-Angel program summer school we had to go. Winter
Yes.
school that we had
Wait.
to go to?
Concept.
Okay.
School year is normal.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is like
Andrew is a new transfer. So I showed up.
Ooh.
I'd been in a double room, but since it was such a small program, no one else had been assigned to my room. Angel dream. Week later, I show up. I have a roommate. I look upon the face of my estranged childhood friend, who I saw in a dream but a week ago. It has been a week since then.
I hear furious typing, writing that down.
Does this make sense as a timeline? Does that feel
Yes.
acceptable to you,
Yeah.
Andrew, that your character is a sudden transfer in the middle of the year, which maybe has never happened in the Angel program before? No one has joined in the middle of the fucking year.
I think that fits perfectly.
We
especially
still
when I can do
have to
Weird
tweak
Girl.
it a little because April is still almost the end of the school year because school
It's
years
also
usually end
so
in
much
June.
better to add the Weird Girl in the middle of the school year. than by
Mhm.
So
middle.
that way it makes sense for us to be having this big blowout concert. Maybe we only shifted a little, so maybe school starts in the winter and then goes to spring and summer, and we have fall off for some reason. I don't know. Brooke, you can figure out these bigger things, but that is less insane and makes more sense, I think. Does this make sense? Am I insane?
Hmm.
You're fine.
Hmm. Yeah. No, this makes sense.
So what's the title of this episode? Rin loses their mind about school schedules.
A lot about calendars.
I have a great online website to create our fucked up school calendar on.
In this world, there's only 6 days in the week.
I'm gonna connect
Well, yeah.
my fantasy calendar subscription to this Discord.
In this world, God never rested on the seventh day. He's still working on that
He was
grind.
on that fucking grind, dude!
We actually use the Shire Reckoning in this world.
Ugh. Anyway, what's next? Are we resolving Rid's thing, or are we talking more about our instruments? Or are we doing Clara's epic roll of 1 on Moon? Did you roll Moon?
Yeah, my
You're gonna
heart's
make
gonna
me
get
break your
broken and my spirit's gonna get crushed. I'm already so fucking
Wouldn't
stressed
the
out.
stressful thing be like your other childhood friend, Robbie's character, coming and like getting in an argument
Being
with
a
you or something?
bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Like,
a little bit of the
already so
timeline is written out.
antagonistic.
um, but yeah, for the entirety of the school year, you have held this second chair position, even as the other members of the program who are also violinists have attempted to take yours or even take the first chair's spot.
Fucking try.
They can fucking try. Uh, the first chair, her name is Carolyn, and you hate her so fucking much, uh, as you previously described. In particular, because she is often described as like the um, she's just fucking perfect in every way. She's first violin. She's currently she's a third year in the Angel program, and like is well on track to like being valedictorian of her year. Um, uh, Absolutely aces in all of the required Angel program studies. Not not a blemish on her record, and you fucking hate that. Um, the beginning of this week, right now actually, um, uh, in the lead up to this concert, or in the lead up to this performance, there has been a lot of like, fighting and scuffling about like who's going to be in what positions and like who's going to do what solos and all of that sort of stuff. And uh, you you've been pretty confident in your position. You've been confident so far, but Mrs. Abernathy, the or the counselor of the Angel program, um, approaches you one day. It's a Tuesday. It's I'm gonna say around lunchtime. Um, and she approaches you and she says, "Miss Clara, uh, we the Angel program has a notice for you." And she hands you a letter that is sealed in wax.
Thank you,
Um,
ma'am.
she nods and stands by to wait for you to open it.
I wait a beat to see if she's gonna leave, and then I use a little brooch to like flick open the wax seal and open the letter.
um, as you're opening it, she does she's serious, but not completely insensitive. She says, "If you would prefer to open this in private, I can go.
No,
But
no,
I
it's
will be here
fine.
to answer any questions if you need them." And you open the letter, and it says it's a fine parchment, a wonderful handwritten script by your music teacher.
Mm.
And it is a notice that another of the Angel programs, another first year, her name is Pico. She has done wonderfully in her performances, and she has actually bested Carolyn in a in 2 duels, both fencing and violin. And so Pico has taken first chair, which means that you will be bumped back to third chair, with a summons for the current fourth chair also issuing you a challenge. So the despair is that you have been bumped down. Bumps down. Third chair does not have any. Doesn't get a single solo in the grand concert performance. You still have the opportunity for solos in general, but like the total performance is the one that, like, you know, the one that you were really hoping for. Yeah.
So as she reads this notice, Clara seems to have this kind of, she reads it calmly, and you would like probably assume that she was taking it surprisingly well. And she goes, I'm glad to wait. I'm sorry, did you say this new person was a transfer? Like, why did they join again?
The person who
Or did they just try out?
Jumped to first, tried out for. They are also a first year. They started at the same time as you.
Okay.
And she was able to best the first chair in a competition.
Okay. So Clara says, "Oh, that's most excellent. I'm really happy for her." And like, it seems like a genuine thing, but if you were to look closely, you would see that, like, just her pinky is clutching the letter and kind of crinkling it, and her eyebrow twitches slightly. And as she goes to speak, she just slightly licks her lips to kind of clear away that kind of ickiness you get when you are about to sneer.
Mm-hmm.
And she inhales a little before she says it. There's just like all of these like small indicators of just absolute rage that is very carefully being held back by a thin veneer of professionalism.
Mm-hmm. I will deliver Pico your warm regards. Before I forget, one last notice. This will of course be emailed out to the Angel program schedule. We have canceled the fundraiser dinner this week. You are no longer required to attend. You may do whatever with this time as you would like, as we do not need the fundraising for this event. The D-Light Corporation has so graciously offered to sponsor the entire event. I suspect that they will be coming to observe the event in person. So please remember to to do your best to impress them. And she gathers her things, thanks you, and begins to walk back to her office.
I thank her for the reminder, and as she turns away, I turn too, and the notice is now fully getting crumpled into my hand as I reach into my pocket and grab my phone to call my mom.
Okay. Would we like to play further than that, or do we want to call that the vignette?
Do I roll to kill somebody in their sleep?
I'd like to end just on what? As your roommate, I'm worried. As I pick up the phone, I say, "Hi, Mama. I think it'd probably be better if you didn't come to the big concert." And that's the end of the vignette.
Oh no!
Move to one seat down. You're like, Mom, I can't face my mother.
Yeah. Well, also lost her solo in the middle of the grand performance, and her bosses are going to be watching.
It's so embarrassing when you
And
start,
it was
where you start
miserable.
bawling in the middle of the concert.
additional context. Pico used to be the fourth chair and moved her way all the way up to first.
God damn it, DeGaio.
Actually, you know what? We gotta go for the extremes here. She was fifth chair. Fuck Pico.
Damn, Pico.
She wasn't even like a chair. She was just the accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch.
DeGaio got hands.
I hate her.
How much do you hate her? Enough
now
to kill
that
her?
And now I feel like I should be playing Pico. Like if I'm gonna be the rival in this group.
Unless
That's the thing. I'm only allowed to have one rival, but everyone is also my rival. Maybe I should change which of the so there is an ability in my group that I didn't choose, but maybe I should, which is when transcendent, all the protagonists can count as my rival one at a time. Everyone is my rival.
That's really good.
Maybe I should do that instead. Yeah.
Man, fuck all these people. In case you haven't seen in the Discord, I have added a message to link that this pit crew is Pico.
Now that I know they're mad, they're also a magical girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, hold on, let me read the.
Everyone is referred to as
fucking goth motherfucker, the fucking soul eater looking motherfucker. I'm so angry. I'm gonna kill her.
She doesn't talk to a whole lot of people. She does like no networking.
Embarrassing. I know the
she doesn't even network.
I know the importance of networking.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move to, do we want to go Levi or Andrew next?
I'm fine with you.
Okay, let's do Levi.
right. Lowest trait is also moon. So I'm gonna roll my dice. And I got a 2.
Jesus, this is a stressful time.
I mean, if I may, I think I know what the stress is for me.
Yeah. I'm perfectly happy to leave this one to you to set up if you have an idea.
As I say, like I am open to any ideas that you had. My initial thought is it's the fact that I'm not participating in the concert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we do see. Let me just double check on something really quick. I'm trying not to mix up my my side characters.
Hate your side characters.
Yeah, I think that Redendra, your sister, approaches you at while you're at home, perhaps at the dinner table, and she mentions how she says uh, gosh, insert name here. Uh, I'm so excited to see you at the Big Angel concert. This is or that was one of my favorite experiences while I was going to the school. Um, I I just cannot wait to hear you play.
This is at the dinner table, right? So like,
Yes.
my insert here too.
Mm-hmm.
Are they aware?
I think that they are. I don't know. Have you told them?
Good question. I think it's more fun if the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I think that that's really good. Uh, um,
I
one.
like. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that, or I was going to ask you your preference really quick before we go into this. Um, as far as uh, dramatic irony goes, what your preference would be. Obviously, the player characters will not know any of these sorts of secrets, but it is, of course, up to you how much you want to reveal to the table or anyone listening to this side. I am perfectly happy to keep things vague until you want to make reveals, or we can make reveals as we want.
I think I'll err on the side of vagueness for now. I can always like reveal more information later.
Okay.
Like no
The phase.
TTRPG character concept survives first contact with a session. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure out who this bitch is.
Yeah, of course. Currently, this bitch is someone who's getting grilled by
And
by their
currently
sister.
this
And
bitch fucking chokes on the food that they had in their mouth upon Redendra asking this.
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's performing isn't my thing. But we'll see. You know.
Oh, but surely you've booked at least a duet. Anyone in the school is allowed to do that. I'm certain that people far below your skill level are going to be playing.
I don't think it's a matter of skill as much as personal preference. You know me. I think I've also been like sweating about like the upcoming concert and how I'm gonna weasel my way out of this one.
Yeah,
I've either been keeping this
absolutely adore
a
that.
secret for like 6 months or 2 weeks, depending on when the school year started. So
Yeah.
who fucking knows? I don't know how many excuses I've expended yet.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately, fortunately, Redendra has just recently accepted a new position at the get my names right. Just recently accepted a position at the Sarscove Court of Appeals, and so that has been the topic of most of the dinner conversations lately. Of course, your family always eats dinner together.
Of course.
And so that has been the large topic of conversation. So you haven't had to come up with that many excuses yet.
Yeah, I think I will just gently try to steer the conversation back to Rhododendra. Oh, never mind me. Like, tell me more about your new job.
And she absolutely goes off, like she does on most of the dinner conversations the past 2 weeks or 6 months. He, she goes into the intimate details of some of the cases that she's been like or that she's been involved in, at least as much as she's allowed to talk about them outside of the trial rooms. Some of them, uh, the active ones, she's a bit more secretive about. But once they are ruled, she tells you just about every detail in real time. And you try to well, I won't tell you what you do. Most of the time that if you try to even like active listen of like, oh wow, that's cool or whatever, she kind of talks over it. So in this case, the breaks your heart and drives you to despair is just kind of that you're being minimized in this. Yeah, she talks about some of the rulings that Judge Faraday has made, and shows you her Instagram where Faraday has added her on her friends.
All right, I will take my forced rest.
This is going to be really funny when like later down in the campaign we have like huge stakes at the line, and we're describing like, you know, major traumatic events, all of that sort of stuff unfolding, and y'all are only rolling like a single stress. All right.
It bumped down one chair, takes 5 stress, and head fucking explodes.
All right. Andrew, Iris.
So I get a sun and moon are tied, so I just pick one, right?
Yes.
Or does it? Okay.
Obligation involves scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing.
Everyone's doing. You know what? There are so many scary people. I'm gonna do sun to be different, to be a contrarian to everybody else. It's all the moon heads out there.
All these
my
people.
lowest I rolled is a 1.
Wowzers! That's 5 stress, baby. Start nothing for the bang.
That means we can get to our cool magical girl transformation faster. All the strategy you wouldn't understand. It's just how A-Team rolls.
Yeah, speedrunning going to Eclipse. And then also speedrunning escaping Eclipse by fucking dying. Okay, scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing. Give me a moment to think. Unless you have ideas, in which case I would be perfectly happy to.
I feel like it doesn't even have to be that in-depth of a thing, but you read my fun backstory.
Yeah.
You could just have something from there. Show it, like, be seen for like a second. Huh?
I am... never mind. Do your thing. I don't want to... I don't have a fully formed thought.
I want to know which... Now you're going to make me think about what you were thinking about. But I don't know what you were thinking about.
You'll get to see what I'm thinking about after I'm done writing this like vignette from Claire's perspective based off of your very edgy stuff.
Oh yeah.
I also I'm maybe too embarrassed to talk about it to everyone, but maybe after we're done, just me and you, I can tell you about how there's a book that I read that I'm kind of maybe really interested in talking through a character dynamic with you.
Okay.
Ooh. Neat.
No, only Andrew can know my shame.
Oh. Oh.
It's One Piece.
It's not. It's maybe worse than One Piece.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Lucky me, I don't have to worry about it. Because you're going to tell me. I think everyone gets together and beats up Iris. Because she's weird. We should have some classic bullies.
Ooh.
No, click. I think they should beat her emotionally.
I don't think they can physically do that.
Yeah, that'd be rather
Iris is like
rather difficult.
Mean to me? Whatever.
Okay.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I think that in this one it is let's see, let's come up with a name. I do like the idea of some of the some of the people that you go to school with being kind of bad bitch bullies. Because that gives them spoilers ahead, that gives a really easy opportunity for some antagonists to show up.
B team. I think B team is being mean to me because I'm so good at things.
B team. But yeah, I think that one of the girls in particular is the is hang on, let me look up what I said that the required courses are. Okay, Angel Program required curriculum. Music with the Angel's choice of instrument, modern pentathlon, which is fencing, horseback riding, or cross-country riding, or cross-country running, pistol shooting, and swimming, debate and civil law, anatomy and physiology with cadaver labs, stellar astrophysics, botany, and then independent coursework. I think this is a horse girl. I think this is your the current Angel Program's lead equestrian. And you are in your horseback riding class, which is already something that kind of makes you.
I think this is probably
again,
Iris's hardest class. I think the horses fucking hate Iris.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to make decisions about how Iris feels, but I know that the animals
hates the horses. The horses hate her.
Like, yeah, you can barely stay on these damn things, and like, no matter how many times you like get bucked off or shied away from or anything like that, they like. It's one of the required classes. Like, you have to know equestrian, or you have to know horseback riding. Even if it's like your weakest, you still gotta at least know the basics. So they just kind of keep making you do it. And I think today, you're riding a horse. What's a silly little horse name?
Like the name of the horse, or like
name your horse.
This horse is.
1 second. Kentucky Derby. Someone give me a winner.
Mage.
Year. Someone give me a year. Random
1974. I don't know when the Kentucky Derby. Surely it started before.
I forgot the runner-up was 2
years. The 1974 Kentucky Derby winner was named Cannonade.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was the 100th Kentucky Derby. Nice choice.
Wow.
Does Cannonade cannon you across the field or something?
It's so easy, like, I know it's hard for some people, but it's so easy being A team.
Yeah.
Not that it's like easy to do, it just comes so naturally to us, being on the A team, that is.
God.
Alright, so what does Cannonade do to me? Oh, sorry, you're about to do a joke. Go ahead.
Apparently the distance that the Kentucky Derby is 10 furlongs.
Wow. Hot tub time machine.
Because horses just can't have normal words for things.
It's like how Final Fantasy 14 uses yalms.
Yalms.
Whatever the fuck that means. And malms.
Malms. Which is bigger?
I think malm is larger than a yalm. Malm is the bigger one.
Okay, it's like acres and hectares.
So
anyway, Cannonade, your horse is like, as usual, you're getting on, you're like in the stables getting ready for practice. Getting ready for classes. And you approach the stables, and Cannonade is like pressed himself as into the side of the stable as far away from you as he can get. And
A good start again today, it seems.
And seems to be very agitated by your approach. And you hear the coach shout, "All right, everybody, I'm not going to wait any longer. You got 2 minutes to get out here with your gear."
Iris grabs her saddle and all of her tack and opens up the door to the stall.
Mm-hmm. Right as you are getting close to cannonade, the person in the stables next to you, this tall girl, she's the head equestrian. Her horse her horse is already decked out in gear, and she drops a huge fucking load of tack off of the shelf, like in the stable next to you. It causes this big, huge metal on metal banging crash, and that startles Cannonade, and Cannonade kicks you in the chest.
Easy
Or
out.
maybe you in the chest. You don't have
Well, fuck
you don't
it.
get you don't get any
Flatline.
harm from this, but you do get a lot of stress. Actually, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it kills you for a second. Straight up John Wicks you. And at which point this equestrian leader, she'll need a name. Her name is gonna be
Whitney.
Ariat.
Okay.
Ooh, Whitney? I like that.
Whitney
Ariat.
I was trying to come up with a horse girl name. I feel like Whitney fit. Brooke. That sounds like a horse girl name.
Brooke Wilson.
Whoa!
Oh shit. Now if people start to listen to this and it gets popular, I've doxed myself.
Yeah!
All right, I'm gonna start reading Brooke's social security number. 5.
But yeah,
you have a social
Whitney,
security number 5? How old are you?
Listen, man. I'm an ancient mummy. It's
a mummy has a social security number?
Yeah.
Yeah, how else the fuck are they gonna claim their social
Tutankhamun?
security? They've been paying in that for so long.
Yeah, dude. They're set for fucking life. How do you think they afford rent on that pyramid?
I'm gonna be real with you guys, team. I know this is recorded, but I have to come clean. I stole the gold tip from the pyramid.
What the fuck?
Well,
it was so hard to get off from there with nobody noticing.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Well, AJ bleeped that too. We're just gonna have to have him bleep out the whole podcast. Also, he didn't confirm that he's editing this, but maybe we'll see.
I'm just gonna assume AJ is.
I'm gonna keep doing the shout outs.
I'm never gonna stop saying AJ, cut that out to something. Or
Yeah.
AJ's the editor, the ghost editor, who will or will not. Either it's funny because he's not, or it's funny because he is.
Yeah.
The reviews are in. It's funny. Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves it. But yeah, Whitney, upon making this big drop, it is definitely looking over at you before you black out. She is definitely looking over at your stable and does let out like a full on like oops. before writing out to practice. By the time that you wake up, you do have a little letter written to you excusing you from class that day.
You know what?
Which
I got
somehow
out of my
adds insult to
favorite.
injury.
But yeah, so that's your stress of being physically taxing and dealing with scary people or circumstances.
That, yeah.
All right. So that concludes our obligations.
My God, it's 9:00.
It's okay. I was intending this to be primarily like obligations downtime and like opening up on the like mission section. I kind of figured this was going to be like a or in normal cycle of play, I suspect it's going to be one session for a mission, one session for Fallout obligation downtime.
Okay.
Fingers
I like
crossed.
that.
But yeah, so moving into downtime. During downtime, the protagonists pursue their personal goals, set themselves up for future success. The 4 basic downtime activities are make a connection, choosing another protagonist, describing something you do together, and earning links. Helping a friend recover, supporting friends' healing process, and filling the recovery clock to remove harm. Working on a long-term project, which is setting out to achieve any goal that is not any goal that is or is not described anywhere else in the book. If you are trying to do something that's, it's where you can go outside the rules a little bit and do interesting, cool, big stuff. Or investigation, where you seek information about the abyss, and your current mission, your current season goals. Which in this case, consider it. In this case, until season stuff is brought about, consider your investigation to be relating to figuring out this whole magical girl shit in the first place. Everybody gets 2 downtime actions. I think we should do 1 each first, and then if it feels right to do another one each, then we can do that. This is admittedly like one of the first things that y'all get, so if that's a little too open-ended, we can just do the one. But we'll see.
I made
All
fan
right. Fan art?
Yeah. And all corporations are business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I was a little zoned out when I was making that, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let's start with. Let's just follow the same order we've been going in. Clara, 2 downtime actions. You get your pick of 1 to start. Alternatively, if anyone has any ideas to jump at, we can go wherever.
I see recoveries for removing harm. Like connection.
Did we just do obligation real fast, by the way? Was that what you were doing?
Yeah, we just finished
Yeah.
application.
I'm supposed to always roll stars no matter what, which is I should have rolled 3 dice, I think, technically.
Oh,
because I have 3 points. I'm fine taking what we did because it works and it's fine, and I'll take the stress. But I was reading my thing because I'm like, I don't think I can make a connection for downtime. I also can't help a friend recover. But I was like reading it, and I'm like, oh, and when you roll evolution, always roll stars. Sorry, go ahead. Your turn.
I want to make a connection.
Okay.
I would like to take Iris out to ice cream at like a little. There's like a little ice cream shop in my town that I should take you guys to, and it's kind of like an old fashioned sort of ice cream place. Like you can get like a root beer float there, and they've got like the big old freezers, and it looks kind of old. And I'm thinking kind of like this vibe, yeah. And I take her out to ice cream because this place is like, it's not as hip as like the froyo places, so it's usually pretty empty. And so it's easier to talk shit about our other classmates without it getting back to them. And I need to talk about what a fucking horrible bitch Pico is. And it's also really interesting to try and convince Iris to eat new ice cream flavors.
If you don't pick for her, she'll pick the last one you picked for her every time.
Yeah.
Surely she won't become codependent on Clara. Already
Oh my god.
terribly codependent.
That is absolutely perfect. Is this ice cream shop on the boardwalk or is it downtown?
So
it's on the boardwalk because it was like originally like, you know how when you go to like not to dox us, but you know how in Oregon we've got all those weird little ghost towns and they always look the same and they always have an old-fashioned ice cream shop like this?
Yeah.
so true.
It's
Long
like
Beach,
one of
Oregon
those.
has one of those.
Oh my god. So it's like one of those, but instead of like being built on the street where people walk, it's like out back behind another shop and they don't have appropriate signage. And so like it's on the boardwalk, but even then, like people don't realize it's there. That's all I've got.
New fucking location added. Location discovered.
Yeah, you get a big like whooshing sound effect.
10 XP.
I see the Skyrim like location discovered like text across my vision.
You discover that you can now fast travel here? What does that even mean?
It's called disassociating while you walk.
Can we have bunk beds?
In
Sure.
the ice cream shop?
No, in our dorm. I have
You
the
want
top
bunk
bunk. No, wait, okay, here's the thing. I let you have the top bunk, but sometimes you do this really creepy thing where you just like lean over the top bunk to stare at me.
In case you need to like talk during the night.
I need a visual on Iris soon because I am just imagining her as like Sadako from The Ring, where magical girls.
I did one and put it in school photos. It's above the JJK lawyer man. And above
Okay,
Kayla.
so like white hair. Okay. Because I've just been imagining her as like Sadako from The Ring.
Maybe she
right,
has white hair only when she's in her magical girl form. I'll have to think
important reminder, the way this world's magic works and wishes work is that wishes are essentially retroactive. They are history-altering wishes, and so everyone just sort of always remembers whatever has
What did they,
changed.
Brooke? What did they do to ice cream?
Except for whatever or whoever was the person involved in making the wish. They
Brooke, what
they
did
remember
somebody do to
things
ice
change.
cream? What did they do to ice cream?
I'm just saying that that all hair colors, the full
Oh, that's right.
chromatic
You did say that.
spectrum, are natural hair colors.
I'm still picking
so
black or white.
if you want fun white hair, that can be natty if you want.
It's true.
What does that have to do with wishes?
Somebody wished there to be
somebody made that wish.
that pink hair could be a natural hair color.
Yeah, at some point in history, someone made the wish of like, I wish
Thomas Jefferson.
I wish
I were a fish.
I wish dyed hair could be natural hair colors or whatever the fuck. And that was a wish that was granted, and so now, as far back in history as anyone can look, everyone is just like, oh yeah, of course.
What color was George Washington's hair? Answer quickly.
George Washington's hair was a nice caramelized green. It was on the spot. Yeah, caramelized green. Thomas Jefferson, of course, had Miku blue hair, just like his binder. Miku's real, also.
Well, yeah, haven't you heard of like the pop singer Miku?
Yeah,
she's the most popular like artist on the radio in Seraph's Cove.
Miku was real.
Miku real. Miku's in the Angel program.
And they're not first seed of every instrument at all times?
Miku's not in the Angel program. Miku's a graduate.
Okay.
She was, though. But yeah, you go into the ice cream shop. The ice cream attendant man says, or he recognizes you since you come here fairly often, and would he know your name? Do you come here that often?
I think it'd be kind of fun if we did come here semi-often.
Yeah.
Rin, this is Rin's one.
I forgot. I think we're the kind of regulars that we come in here often, but it's like we're not like buddy with them. We're just like polite, don't make a mess. We come in, we hang out for maybe an hour, and then we leave. So like, it's more of like a hey you than a oh hey Clara and Iris, how are you doing?
Yeah, then just greets you with welcome in. What'll it be?
Iris starts to begin ordering what she got last time.
We're going to try. No, we're going to try 2 pineapple caramel scoops, please.
2 pineapple caramel scoops coming right up.
This is the new one they just got in.
They're still making ice cream.
And it's the cat's pajamas. It's selling out like hotcakes.
Oh, could we also get some of those hotcakes, the side of hotcakes?
Those are sold out.
Would you like? Would you like the hotcake cone or the hotcake the hotcakes on the side.
Hotcakes on the side. They melt the ice cream too quickly.
That's why I like you. You've got a good brain up in there. Hotcakes in the
Thank
side
you.
is the best way to do it. Otherwise, it melts the
What if-
ice cream. Too
What if
hot.
they made cold hot cakes?
My God. I say so. I know that it's like a good marketing tactic to always use people's names whenever possible, and so I say, "Oh, why? Thank you, Carlston."
Carlson?
I read that off his name tag,
Yeah.
but it's not his name tag. It's just the name of the ice cream place embroidered on his shirt.
Yeah, Carlson's ice cream.
This guy's just never corrected me. I think that his name is Carlston, and so is everyone else who works here.
Well, listen. He's just that just means that he's embodying the spirit of the restaurant. Like he's
Restaurant.
he feels a lot of pride in it. Today he is Carlson.
Very good.
I lean over.
He's got the red and white striped hat on.
Yeah.
Why did you talk like that?
23 Skidoo. he says, apropos of nothing.
$23 for I don't know ice cream prices. Google searching something real fast. AJ, bring up. AJ, can you put up
for
the?
2 scoops and a side of hotcakes?
AJ, can you pull up the ice cream prices?
Jimmy.
Inflation is getting insane.
Yeah, damn. That's
Oh, Carlston, you scamp! I slap 25 down on the counter and I go to sit down.
he he takes his hat off and sings the tip song.
No need, no need.
Or he begins to sing the tip song, and you quickly stop him because he does this every time. And he puts his hat back on,
Nobody wants to hear that.
and then turns away from you. He's not like working on anything in the back. He just knows that you want your privacy. And you know he's not gonna listen over what's happening in the booths a couple down.
What?
I'm saying you're free to talk. He's not listening.
Iris starts eating the ice cream.
I unclench my fist to reveal that the note was still in there, clenched this entire time, like the entire day. I just like unclench it in front of Iris so she can look at it. And I pull a very nice pen out of my little like mini briefcase purse and start clicking it anxiously.
Does the note have the person that took first seat's name on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't start murdering people. We're gonna have to respec into the other game.
Iris was about to bring up murder somebody, but quiets down.
I wish where's my little pen? You just the whole time it's like
AJ's gonna love this. AJ loves it when you make noise in the mic that's not talking.
I love it.
I don't even know if my mic is picking this up.
I picked it up a little bit. Keep going. Oh, I heard that one.
Oh.
Anyway. Claire's like waiting for Iris to say something.
Well, if you want to do something about it above board, I think you have to do the challenge thing, don't you?
Fortunately, yes. But preparing for that kind of challenge is going to take so much time out of what I would have spent preparing for my solo.
Well, if you have to beat her at violating,
I
that
don't
could.
think anyone could beat her at viling. She's the most vile, heinous creature.
I'm talking about instrumenting the
Yes.
violence.
Like, I'm gonna have to do it, but God.
I'll help you with the fencing part. I don't know how to play a violence, though.
That's okay. I just wish sometimes that it was not outside of professional courtesy to just throw a rock at someone, you know?
I could
Like,
throw a rock
back
at
in the
someone,
old days,
too.
you could just throw a rock at someone.
I can still throw a rock at someone.
Yes, but you'll get another demerit, and if you get another one, you're going to have to get stable duty, and that did not go well last time.
But it's all healed up, and she starts pulling her shirt down to show you.
No, I gently reach over and brush her hand away. Remember, we want to avoid nudity or exposing grievous wounds when we're in the ice cream shop, please.
Carlson taps the sign.
It's a brand new sign. It's in the last week.
How was your day?
I got kicked by the horse again.
I really, there's got to be some sort of alternative. Maybe, have you pitched the motorcycle idea? Because I really think if you go with the PowerPoint slide I made for you, they'd really catch on to the motorcycle idea.
I bring it up to the coach all the time, but she says that it's not the same as caring for a living animal.
But, don't you think polo would be way more interesting if one player was on a motorcycle?
Can you explain polo again to me?
We've been over this. We all know how polo works and know all of the rules and how it works.
I still wonder how they get him in the water from the water type.
Well, back in the day, there were a lot of drowned horses, but thankfully, due to some great innovation, the mortality rate is down to about 30%.
Oh.
I pick up a hot cake and kind of wrap some ice cream in it and tuck it into my mouth, chewing really angrily.
Iris keeps nibbling back at it.
So these challenges that we've been issued, is this something that it has to be one-on-one, or will we have seconds for these dual challenges?
Can you name a champion in the duels of?
I don't need a champion. I just want to know if this is something when I play my violin song, can my roommate sing with her haunting voice? Well, maybe my challenger has a delightful pianist accompaniment or whatever.
Ooh. You know what? Yes.
It's maybe not necessarily counted towards our total score, but we can use it as kind of someone to play off of.
Yeah.
Or it's when we're fencing, when we retire after a bout before we go in for the next one, we have someone to wipe the sweat from our brow.
Yeah, you are allowed you are aware of a ruling in the structure of the duels that you are always allowed to nominate a second, and they are allowed to carry your gear. They're allowed to accompany you through the entire process. And then there is, I don't know exactly what the wording is, but there is a wording on it that they are allowed to like provide support assistance. Provide support assistance with the exception of direct attacks. And this rule was clearly written for the fencing duels, but you think that you can pull it into the other things, so long as Iris doesn't attempt to hit her.
Going over it
I-
over and over again. You cannot hit her.
I reach over to Iris's plate, grab one of her hot cakes, scoop up some of her ice cream, and tuck it into her mouth.
Aw, cute.
And I do this like really casually, like it's really clear that this is something that I have to do to remind her to start eating. So I don't even like say, "Oh, you need to eat some of your food." I just kind of tuck some of it into her mouth. Well, if I'm going to prepare for this duel, I'm going to have to pick a song. Maybe that's something we can do a little bit later. Would you be down to help me out with this? Be my second?
She just stares at you like there was another answer you would get.
All right. I kind of lean back in my chair. What'd you think of this flavor? Better than the last one?
The same.
Okay. I'm sure we'll find one someday.
Caramel pineapple ice cream writes the same as chili lime.
Pulled out a little notebook.
And I don't have much else to do.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect little button on it. So, if it's something the other character would appreciate, that player can offer you an extra die. Andrew, would Iris appreciate the ice cream and the gossip? Do you want to give Ren an
as
extra
much
die?
as she can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, my
Next
weird
up
little
is-
sidekick.
Roll an appropriate action with an extra die. Let's see. Looking at the actions of analyze, conceal, confess, defy, empathize, express, flow, forgive, or perceive, this kind of feels like I'll let you be the ultimate decision, but this felt like a bit of a confess.
I don't have any pips in that.
Mm-hmm.
You got at least one die for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
This game is hard.
I know how to beat
Perhaps-
these games. It's called the
I need
Nova
to get-
Strat. Never do anything that you're not really good at.
Mm-hmm. I could also potentially see a. I could maybe see a defy because you are like planning to defy.
Was express one expressing your distaste in the situation?
Express, use words with an agenda in mind.
I don't think so necessarily.
I mean, the agenda was to do the duel, I guess, eventually.
Yeah, it does
I
say
suppose.
you might convince a longtime rival to work with you for a time to solve a shared problem. Convincing, not a longtime rival, but convincing Iris to help you out with this might work.
And to eat ice cream.
Mm-hmm. That took some convincing.
Okay. What is the line for confess? Where is?
When you confess, you expose the inner world of your thoughts and feelings to another. You might reveal to someone that it was you who left anonymous gifts at their doorstep. You might admit to a friend that you were once a servant of the evil empress.
Were you a servant of the evil empress?
I was not. Or was I?
Oh!
Unless
I feel like express actually makes more sense than confess. I don't want to necessarily be fudging this because I'm better at this, but I feel like making this plan, trying to achieve something, like I did express like I'm fucking mad about this, but it did end up like how can I use these technicality rules in my favor? If I've got to duel this bitch, how can I do both things?
Yeah, that feels right. And as clarification, I did yell at Andrew a lot for the Nova strat, but that was mostly just because I couldn't hurt Nova at all. I didn't actually. The only actual problem I would have with it is if it was the sort of thing where you were like maxed all of your points into
I don't know.
forgive or whatever, and like tried to argue completely irrelevant things of just like this could be a forgive.
Yeah, I didn't. I hope I didn't.
I'm forgiving myself for shooting them. which yeah, that's why I didn't have any problems other than my inability to
take
touch
an
you.
action. I just didn't take an action that wasn't one of them.
Yeah, you didn't try to do other things and claim they were.
I didn't try to do a backflip and say that was my empathy doing the backflip or whatever.
Yeah, you didn't try to convince yourself into doing a backflip. Like you just only convinced people of things.
So now I rolled these 2 dice, and I give you the total of the 2.
Mm-hmm. Or no, you give the highest of the 2.
Okay, so I've got the point plus the die, and I roll the die and tell you which one is higher.
Yes. If you have the point plus the die, you roll 2, and tell me which is higher.
I have 3.
Okie doke. A 3. Gonna pull up the reference document here. 1 to 3 is 2 segments marked or links given. So, Iris will gain 2 ticks on links. Links with Clara. So then later in the mission or whenever, Iris can spend those links to for Iris or Clara to recover 2 stress, for Clara to ignore 1 harm tag, for Clara to grant Clara +1d to their actions, or to prevent them from eclipsing on a 4 to 5 result. So this is a resource that you are giving to Andrew to spend on you, basically.
Right. So
Clara.
So do I have to mark anything on my sheet?
No. This is essentially you are giving Andrew fuel to help you later. Andrew can also use this as fuel for himself to clear his own stress.
No, I think it's funny to eclipse.
Or could withhold assistance for dramatic purposes or whatnot. For example, if Andrew thought it would be funny if Iris allowed Clara to eclipse.
That'd be fucked up. Well, I'm already halfway there, so.
Same, bestie.
Yeah.
We're just having a whale of a time.
A whale of a tale or two.
Okay. Let's bump on over to Levi for Redacted to take a downtime action. Make a connection, help a friend recover, start a long-term project, or investigate magical girl shit.
I am torn between investigating like who were those people in my dream, and I'm also thinking about start a long project of oh fuck, how am I going to excuse my out of participating in the con?
Ooh, I like this too. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's. Well, it's up to you which one you start with.
As I say, is there
We
one of
do
them that would make things easier for you as runner?
Investigate might be an easier way to start things out, just so that the second round of downtime actions / the mission can have you already like have done some basic investigation. Spoiler alert. I think that probably even the 2 ticks on the investigation track, you still have the opportunity to ask a question, because you also get to do a gather information roll. Let me look up the rules for gather information roll really quick.
Ugh.
Okay, yeah. On 1 to 3, you get 1 question. You get 1 question and 1 follow up, and on a 6, you get 2 questions and 1 follow up. So, yeah, if you do the investigate, you will at a minimum get the answer to 1 question as part of your investigation. So that's, if that question is something about the identities of the other folks, that's,
Yeah, I think I'll probably do the investigation then.
Okay. Alternatively, it's your questions. It's your roles. You could ask for an in-depth description of the flavor of the jelly lime ice cream.
That is
Ask whatever.
true.
There's something to
My
save you the
question is
click.
going to
It tastes
be,
like hot
how the
Cheetos.
fuck school calendar work?
I think that chili lime ice cream is real good, though.
So I'm also not super familiar with this system. How do
Yeah,
I
no problem.
roll for this?
Do 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 do. So, investigation. When you investigate, describe how you are seeking information about your adversaries, or allies in this case, and roll an appropriate action. Results advance the investigation track in the series playlist. Along with advancing the investigation track, use your result as a gather information roll as well, asking the director questions about what you have discovered. The director will describe what gave you this particular insight and reveal details that were, previously unknown to you by answering your questions. So yeah, to start, what specifically are you investigating, and how are you going about the investigation?
So I think I'm definitely investigating like who were these other 2 people that I saw in my dream. Which is really difficult to think of how I would start that, because I have like nothing to go off of.
Okay.
Really quick, how many people did you say are in the Angel program right now?
There are
30.
30.
And that's
including
30 total?
Yes.
Okay.
Current.
So in the awakening dream we had, your face was obscured by something, right?
Yeah, like, my not only does my magical girl form like look fairly different in appearance to my mundane self, like I'm still working on some of the like aesthetic ideas, but I was wearing like some type of mask or veil or something over my face.
So were we all in magical girl form during that first dream?
I think that so transcendence is a bit different than just magical girl form. I
Yeah.
am gonna lean towards you were probably in magical girl form at least. Um uh yeah, you had some you were in magical girl form, yeah.
If I might make a suggestion, I don't necessarily know if me and Iris would be completely unrecognizable in magical girl form, especially if we're like running in a circle of 30 people. Like, I probably would have had no idea that you were you, but it might be less about maybe discovering like who we are versus the fact that neither of us are particularly friendly people. Like, I'm always networking, but no one really knows me, and I'm not necessarily like socially approachable. So it might be just doing like recon on who we are in a more like personal sense rather than pure information. Is this making sense or sounding appealing? I don't want to take over your turn.
Oh no, it does. It does. I just like without knowing any of what like actually happened in that dream, like I don't feel like anything to like go off of because like I'm not coming into this with a pre-established connection. It's like I'm just kind of there at the moment. I don't really know what to do.
I will offer so the stuff that we have decided already on what happened in that first mission uh, is that you woke up from the dream. You were already in your disguise. You met a wonderful little companion named who requested that you call them Addie. Addie explained to you that you were magical girls, um, and that you were, and asked you to help stop a large beast from attacking some civilians. That is the set stuff. Now that we are actually playing, I am perfectly happy to allow people to fill that out as we need. Like if you want more information than that, we can decide that information. But yeah, as far as specifics. Additionally, I will offer that if just going off of like stuff that you saw in the dream and maybe having some recognizability out of Clara and Iris to look into, maybe they mentioned something about the Angel program to give you a lead, or alternatively, if you want, uh, Addie could help.
Oh,
I think I'll go with that Addie can help. I don't want to like stick too many fingers and like let's establish this canon stuff now. Like I want to keep that flibble.
Okay. All right.
So like
In that
can I
case, okay.
do I contact Addie in dreams? Like does it kind of happen by accident to me? Or is it like something I'm conscious to do?
I think that what happens here is that you are in your room, perhaps studying, perhaps preparing for bed, something like that. And you are you hear a weird sound coming from your window. And yeah, it sounds like kind of like a scratching at the window. And you go to investigate it, or actually, I'm not gonna control your character. What do? You got scratchies at the window. You're on like the second floor. I will decide that.
I would probably like check to see if it's something other than like a tree branch, or if it's something I can like. Oh, if it is like something caught on my window, can I get rid of it?
Okay. You look out and you see a beast of some sort. Here's where we get to the fun. I'm gonna have all three of you. I would like you to DM or like type up in DMs to me, or actually, you can just type it into the all corporations or business chat. I want you to type out a kind of animal, and send it when I say go. Let's generate what the fuck Addy looks like.
Putting something in to fuck it up. This is the theoretical chemical X to make the Powerpuff Girls right here. I'm ready.
Ideally, Addy looks kind of cute, even if it's a weird cute.
I think this is weird cute.
Okay, good. I did.
Whatever it combines with, I don't know. I don't know if it'll stay cute.
Yeah.
If you guys don't like it, I'll pick something else.
I guess we're sending. Okay.
My bad.
And go. It's 2 E's, bestie.
Unless that's a seal. Seals.
Oh, sorry. Actually,
Oh my god. Yes. All right.
It's just
So,
Milo has an app that like tells you like what kind of creature you're looking at, and it first immediately identified Rika as a salamander, and then it gets she was a pasta. So I do have my own little unidentifiable magical girl creature that lives in my house.
that's excellent. Jesus Christ, these things look wild.
Sugar glider.
Yeah,
Oh,
Have you not seen a sugar glider?
what the fuck is this?
Aviv? What the hell is this? Delete.
That is also a picture of Rika.
Let's get the snipping tool. Why is it cutting out part of it?
To the wonderful world of sugar gliders. Oh, there's.
Where's the video of the?
When I was a kid, we used to go to. Oh, what's the Oregon like coast town that's got the Ripley's Believe It or Not and the underwater gardens and all of that?
Oh, I've been there.
But at the underwater
Newport?
garden, yeah, I think it's probably Newport. At the underwater garden, they do like a fish show, so they have divers go in. And when I was a kid, they would have like like during the show, like they'd bring out an eel that was like trained and knew the owners, and it was just like a big old eel. And the thing is, they have like fat necks, and the guy would pet it, and its big fat neck would jiggle, and it was cute in such a gross way.
Yeah, you're right. These New Zealand eels are the cutest version. I was gonna go with the hagfish because I think that they're very cute little eels. But
Hey, look at spotted garden eels. They're cute. Good luck to everyone who is listening to us looking at pictures of cute creatures.
oh, spotted garden eels are cute.
Let
It's
me
like a little
send a
bird.
picture of this
Little
cute one
fucker.
being grumpy.
AJ, bleep that out. Don't want to get demonetized.
Mhm.
Let's see that whole thing.
He's
Do you think it exists? Do you
grumpy.
think it has disappeared? Doesn't exist outside of the once it goes underground, it ceases to exist.
Oh, I think they're really, really long underground. Like they keep going way longer than you'd expect.
Yeah, it's just a buff nude man underneath.
As it is.
Diglett shout out.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking like face shape and little arms and legs with the webbing in between
I think
of the
the
sugar
eel
glider.
part of him is just
Yeah.
he always has the lower half of him obscured.
Yes.
But there's actually an eel there, you just don't know.
Mhm.
I've sent another eel inspo.
Adore. I think
Maybe
the
the
also
cold
has
dead
fucked up
eyes.
teeth.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. This thing has the TBH creature eyes. God, I love the glass teeth. Addie has glass teeth.
Does Addie have glass teeth, but maybe they look more like a cat's teeth, so it's not like, oh my god, but then it's like,
Yeah.
wait a second.
Razor sharp glass cat teeth, general body shape of sugar glider, except the back extends into weird eel bit. Kind of slimy looking, and big floppy, big old floppy rabbit ears. For an explanation, well, you know what? We'll get to that later. But yeah, Addie, you see this beast outside your window, and you recognize it from your dream,
I think
and it's pawing
first
at
reaction
the window.
is like right in front of my face.
Yeah.
My reaction is to like scream and shut blinds. Like, what the fuck? And then just like stand there clutching my chest for a second before cautiously opening the blinds.
Addie is staring at you with the cold, dead stare that of this eel or of the autism creature.
Or of the sugar glider.
Yeah.
Like I remember this thing can talk. So I cautiously open the window enough that it can talk, not large enough for it to fit through.
You forgot about its weird little wriggly eel body made for jamming into tight spaces.
Yeah, the tail kind of like starts to slip its way in through the crack a little bit.
I am backing up.
And
Horrified.
Addie says, one second, let me get some water.
Terrifying.
Louder for the audience.
Could you kind of really slurp it like you're a sommelier aerating your wine? Oh, yeah.
Addie makes some fucked up gurgling sounds.
Yes!
Greetings, human. You have not made much progress in bonding with your team.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm hallucinating, right? I am hallucinating. I finally lost my shit.
I believed my explanation of your assignment to be quite clear. Your other teammates have been bonding adequately. Why have you not reached out?
I don't know who they are.
This problem is of minor inconvenience. Come with me. And Addie starts to pull out of the window and start slithering down the side of the house.
Horrifying verb choice, thank you. I am going to shut I'm gonna go in my bathroom first, splash cold water on my face, and then get my jacket and go outside.
Our traversal will go significantly faster if you pick me up.
Anyone else thinking about Sylveon's flesh ribbons?
Can other people see you, or just me?
Yes.
Helpful. Thank you. I am like shutting my eyes and turning my head away as I like reach down to pick up this horrible looking creature.
Shielding my presence from other humans. Sorry, not other humans. Shielding my presence from humans requires more effort than it is worth.
How does this thing look like it can fit in my bag? Like if I've got just like a messenger like style like backpack kind of bag with me.
Yeah, Addie is about the size of a football.
Okay.
But with a really, really long, gross tail.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to coil up the tail a bit. But...
Yeah, I will like pray to God that like is Addie slimy to the touch? Like, does Addie excrete? Oh God!
I figured Addie. Oh, he's boss.
Yes, fur.
Fur and slimy.
Yeah, very, very smooth, but a little bit slimy. Or maybe very smooth and soft, but like your hand comes away with a little bit of oil.
Oh Jesus. I will like empty the contents of my bag in my house and then put Addie in the bag.
Brooke, I'm concerned that you didn't see a sugar glider in flight when you Googled them, because most of the pictures I saw were not.
Yeah.
So I definitely want you to see that.
I don't know that you want to see Addie open up.
I don't. I certainly don't. But yeah, I am like
Slimy
taking
Knight.
out like the notebooks and books and like all of the paper, because like the bag that I carry with me is absolutely stuffed with like, you know, books and notebooks and like all kinds of like paper things. I'm just emptying all of them out before I put this oily little creature into my bag.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the assistance. Your teammates have been spending a lot of time at a confectionery. And even longer at their domicile. Please move to campus.
Fuck it. And I will follow his directions.
Yeah, you make it to campus, and Addie points you in the direction of the dorms. Now I think is going to be when I request or actually, yeah. What's your approach for getting into the dorms, or just what's your approach? You're at the dorms. It's nighttime.
I It'll be kind of funny if I'm like playing the Enigma and I just walk up to them in the first session and introduce my mundane personality, huh?
Uh-huh.
I think it'd be even better if you started creepy stalking us. Fucking the same scene where we're having ice cream plotting someone else's downfall. We zoom out. You're just standing out in the rain.
I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I think I am gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna start stalking them.
Okay. Yeah, you get. Let's roll then. Probably a conceal is going to be the sneaky skills. But let me check the reference document. When you conceal, you hide your true intentions and feelings. You might pass unnoticed, just another face in the crowd. You might choke down your true feelings and lie to someone. Flow might also potentially work, of move with grace and adapt to circumstances, but I think conceal would be the best.
Okay, I do have a point in conceal, so how many dice, like, how do I make the roll for that?
You would roll 1d6 and let me know what it is.
I got a 4 on the die.
Perfect.
I don't know if I get a bonus for having like a point in the skill.
The number of points you have in a skill is how many die you get to roll, and you take the highest of all of them. So
Okay,
a
yeah,
4
so
in a skill, which you can only roll while you're in transcendent form, but 4 in a skill would mean you would get 4 dice, and you would take the highest. So better chances of getting a 6 that way, or multiple 6s, which means a critical success.
makes sense.
So investigation of 4 is 3 segments marked in the investigation track, and where I didn't look at. Oh, 1 question and 1 follow-up. So let me go ahead and mark those segments in the investigation track. Control C, Control V. I don't know why I did it like this. Yeah, that'll do. Really wide moon.
That'll do.
Okay, and yeah, you get to ask one question and one follow-up question. So it sounded like your initial question was, "Who are my teammates?"
Yeah, it was like the obvious one is like, who are they?
Okay, I think that Addie has led you to the dorms, and they are Iris and Clara are like on their way back that evening from the ice cream place, and they are talking about things. And you are like at the like near the front door of the gate or of the dorms, but like far enough away that you could conceivably just be someone walking by. And Addie rustles rustles within your backpack, sticks his little head out of the bag and says, "There they are. Your teammates have just returned from what seems to be their home base, their forward operating base."
All right. Yeah. I guess my follow-up question is for you. Do I recognize that they are students in the Angel program?
I think that a security guard approaches you and says like, "Hey, I don't know if you can be here. This is the Angel dorms. VIPs only. And you definitely can't sneak a cat in here."
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just got turned around. New student. Yeah, sorry. And I will exit.
Of course, you have a nice night. Just a nice night somewhere else. And Addie shouts from your bag, "I am not a cat."
Shush. Yeah, I'm just shushing Addie and like power walking the fuck away from here.
Okay. So yes, you know what they look like, what their names are, and that they are Angel Program people.
Okay.
All right, and then let's do an Andrew downtime scene, and then we might wrap up for the night. Maybe I'll push you, give you some sort of cliffhanger to end things off. I think. Well, we'll see. Do we want to do like mechanically a second downtime scene, or do we want to put that off until the next one, or do we want to just skip it for the first thing? Okay.
So these chumps can go to sleep or whatever. I am not allowed to make a connection or help a friend.
Break.
Really funny.
So I have to investigate or work on a long-term project. I think I'm going to work on a long-term project because I don't really know what to investigate right now.
Yeah, I would definitely push you in that direction because investigating is supposed to be a little bit over the course of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And if you investigate the whole fucking way in the first session before you've even gone on a mission,
yeah, before
things out of whack.
Before there's like an actual conflict, you see one of the characters like uncovering the cult business, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
they don't know about the cult. Anyway, I'll do a long-term project, and I guess the only thing I can think of that Iris would probably even want to go out of her own way for is to help Clara right now. So I guess the long-term project would be get Clara the first or second seat of the violin.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
like that.
And could I do and I think the first step to that would be, this is kind of me picking something that I actually have dice in, but the first one would to be like analyze to find what needs to be done, and then like later probably pick different dice to roll depending on what I need to do to what Iris needs to do to fix it to figure it out.
Okay.
Does that
Yeah,
make
maybe
sense?
like I think that makes sense. I think there's a
Kinda
couple
like
of things you can investigate here.
Sort of like an investigate, but analyze how Pico kind of shot up the ranks, I guess.
Ooh. Okay.
That makes sense. All right. There's not super. I guess we could probably make something, but if people are also pressed for time, I don't really know how I'd role play this. If it is just kind of like going on the internet or looking at school records to just kind of like see who Pico is. So who Clara's up against in this?
Yeah. Maybe I would say that I would like to get what I would kind of like to do here is like have a conversation with Pico or something, but that does not seem like Iris's style. So maybe let's roll first and see where your stuff goes. Let's hit me with that analyze. That's going to be 2d6. Take the higher.
I got a 3.
A 3 is going to be
Two segments to the
2
clock.
segments. Yeah. 2 segments to that long-term project clock. So if you want to just is there a long-term project thing on here?
Is it on the
it would be on your character sheet probably. So let me just go ahead and like shapes. Ew.
How many ticks are you giving this bad boy?
I'm gonna give this 6 ticks. Seems reasonable. 1 more total success or like 2 more failures.
Ah. 7?
Oh, I accidentally had 2 of the lines figured out, selected. That's not exactly even, but Poverty's nerfed.
Once again incorrect, Brooke. I'm so nerfed.
Yeah.
That looks like Power Rangers lightning bolt. My character dies. Can I make a new character that's instead of a magical girl, just like a straight like 90s Power Ranger rip? Can I be Tommy?
Yes, that would be perfect.
Power Rangers. Can I just
do
be
a
Tommy?
backflip in every scene?
It's like shit just explodes behind me, like for almost no reason.
Yeah. You. Let's see.
I'm fine. Also creeping. I could also do. Iris could also do some like in-person recon of like stalking, but not stealthily at all. And
yeah,
end up in a conversation if you'd like to do that. If you'd like interaction.
I would, especially since this is a pretty low. This is a pretty low roll for your analysis. I kind of want to make things fun and complicated a little bit. you are kind of following Pico around a little bit. She seems to mostly just go literally just from her dorm to class to her dorm, which is not usual. Usually, the majority of your day is spent on like personal study, but usually people like go to like mentors for that, or the library, or research, or just go out and do their talent. Um, you pretty much just see Pico going to and from the thing. She is like, she doesn't really even talk to anybody either. And as far as you can remember, she just like you don't remember her being particularly like incredible at any of the required courses that you're doing, at least. Like she's let me see the list of courses again.
She made him fucking wish, that bitch.
She's pretty good at anatomy and physiology. Like she's pretty good in that, but like not even the best in the class. And but like recently, in particular, you see like you're looking at these records, and they post the grades publicly, of course. They got to keep you in competition. And recently, you see like on the past like 3 tests, Pico has just all of a sudden been like towards the top of the rankings. And you're kind of looking into her for a little bit, and at one point you like you like physically bump into her on the or, like way out of a class. Let's say it was the anatomy lab. So you just finished
class.
you just finished, let's say it was a cadaver lab where you were arranging all the bones in the skeleton. You had to place them right. I don't know why like graduate level anatomy class is teaching you where the bones go. But that's what this one was.
Pop quiz.
And you bump into each other, and you see that she tenses up. She's a very like small and slight girl, and so she kind of
Whoa.
like looks stunned for a second, and then says, like, "Oh, Iris. So sorry about that."
About what?
For running into you. You're not hurt, are you? You definitely were the one that ran into her.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by her.
I'm sorry.
What's happening down here?
The creature.
Can I post this in Magical Girls, like the main chat, so the other team can see it? Is this close enough to canon? Can I?
You can.
Yeah.
Refuse to explain until. Actually, no, wait. I'm deleting this as fast as I can. Send that to them when they meet the creature.
Okay.
I was gonna say, did they get their own creatures? Did we force them into our creature as well?
Wait, do they have their own creature? Do we
We're gonna
share a
get so many
creature?
parts to their creature if you do it the same way. This is so unfair.
Dude, I can't decide if I want to answer that.
Okay, well, show them this creature regardless of if we have the same creature, because if they have the same creature, be like, here's what your creature looks
Here
like.
he is.
And if they don't have the same creature, be like, this is what the other team's creature looks like. I can also make her pink if you guys like.
Ooh, I do like pink.
I'll go make her pink. We'll see what it looks like.
You know what? The listening audience, which is,
That'll be
everyone
the picture that we post for the YouTube video.
just the entire YouTube video with just staring at Addie.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, "What the fuck is this?" And they just have to. That's how we get them to listen this far in.
Our magical girl game is full of whimsy and
the creature.
Yeah, the creature.
La creatura. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, back to our scheduled.
No, this has all been this has been a real-time silence between you two while we were talking about the
I
other
was gonna
thing.
say, can Iris just fucking
was...
like lean kind of closer and like squint eyes a little bit and like look at her hard?
You can, and Pico like immediately it like breaks eye contact and like is looking off into the distance, like up and to the left. Anyway, I'll see you at fencing.
Before as she like starts to walk away, Iris says, "Play the violin for me."
Now?
Yeah.
I don't have it on me, which is probably good. I would have dropped it. Or I might have dropped it. I wouldn't have dropped it.
Tonight.
I wouldn't drop it. Tonight. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I can do that. Do you want? Should I pick you up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you tonight then.
Iris nod. And then realizes they're going the same direction to fencing. And her stride's longer, so she passes
it. Pico crosses the street. You're still walking in the same direction, but just on the other side. But yeah, I think that's a little investigation.
real fast.
Because I kind of want to resolve this at like next downtime or something.
I feel like I haven't decided yet, but I think I want Iris to be tall, like pretty tall.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Shit. I just tried to find a specific thing that was once again giving me Iris vibes. And so I googled gay ghost comic, but there turns out to have been a DC superhero comic character called the Gay Ghost. Just so you all know. His name is Keith Everett. This is from 1942.
That's what I'm based off of. I didn't expect the Keith Everett the Irish man. Keith Everett. Does he become gay after, or is this like the happy ghost?
The ghost turns him gay.
Because it says he's on his way to meet his wife when he gets murdered.
What?
I think getting killed turned him gay.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, I've seen this before. This tonic? Like gin and tonic? Or...
Rika just rubbed her whole face on the phone while I was trying to type. So be lucky it got that close to what I was trying to type.
I love this comic. That's so good.
Anyway,
yeah.
that's what Tall Iris makes me think of.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, you return back to your dorm from the investigation. You or I suppose you get to fencing class. It's unremarkable except for again, there is just a huge amount of tension going on in the room because like winning first chair violin, Pico has also like was also able to best Carolyn in a fencing duel as well. And yeah, you get back to your dorm. You start to drift a little bit to sleep. And we see the camera hit Clara's face, dozing off. How are you falling asleep on this Tuesday night?
Oh, I sleep hard. I'm on the bottom bunk, which normally I would never be okay with, but it seems like Iris is more comfortable in like the little roost. So I'm like on my stomach, face like half buried in the pillow, arm hanging down off the side of the bed, and snoring a little.
Okay. How about you, Redacted?
Watching in through our window.
Yeah, it is late enough that you have either returned home or maybe are watching through the window or something. How does your character sleep, Levi?
Is Addie still here, or did it go away?
Addie has left.
Okay.
Such a good creature for Iris.
I
to
do
fucking
sleep.
Hold like a teddy bear.
I think that I am generally a fairly like tossy-turny kind of sleeper. I definitely talk in my sleep.
Okay. And then finally, Iris.
Huh?
How do you sleep?
I think tonight she sleeps pretty fine. I don't think like dead out, but like normal, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think that because again we are obviously framing this. We have to frame this as the like anime would be showing it. and it just makes the most sense. The camera sees Levi's character tossing and turning in their sleep. It's you're rolling around a little bit, and it feels like you're just about to, or like you've just found a relaxed position. You stop moving for a little bit. You're kind of on your back, maybe a little bit curled, maybe like on the back with the legs a little bit like to the side, and your like shoulders relax a little bit. We see you just starting to get or like get relaxed and start to doze. And then we go to first person from your view, like blinking open a little bit in your room. And we see that Addie is sitting on your chest, staring completely, just wide blanked eyes at you as you're sleeping. And they say, "I require your services tonight." And then just the eyes blink back closed, and then blink back awake. And the three of you are in a very dimly lit place. You are looking around. It smells very strongly of sulfur. The first thing that you see is an enormous, looks to be like 6 stories tall coliseum made of made it looks to be made out of like onyx and skulls. There are like big blood waterfalls like going down from the four pillars to its side supporting it, with enormous bonfire braziers at the top of each of the pillars. There is a cobblestone of bones that is leading on the way. There is like a medieval-looking carriage with spikes on the wheels, also jet black, and it is leading towards the Colosseum. There is a person, or there is a like gaunt figure in a black robe sitting on the carriage that he whispers to you in a crackling voice of just "Newcomers, have you come to prove yourselves as well?" And the three of you like examine your surroundings. The three of you are together. You're all in your basic magical girl outfits, which is in stark contrast to everything around you. Your choice whether you Kingdom Hearts Sora costume it and change to fit the worlds.
Bruh.
Uh,
Can't say that to me.
Actually, I think to start, you are in your normal ones, whatever your like default costume is, basically. And Addie is there with you. Addie is glowing much brighter than usual and is floating. And he says, "It is time to hop on. I will explain your mission."